Okay guys, today we're going to simplify square roots. And please notice across the top in the green table, on the top row, the yellow row, we just have the numbers 1 through 15. And they just represent x. On the bottom row of the table, the blue row, we have all of the perfect squares. And it's the perfect square of each one of those numbers. So I've just taken 1 times 1 or 1 squared, 2 times 2, 2 squared, so forth, and so on. And right now what I'm going to do is we're going to do an example of this. So I'm going to do the square root of 144. And this is a fairly simple one to start off with because from our table, if we look, 144 is just 12 squared. And I can do that. So we have 144. The square root of 144 is the same as the square root of 12 squared. And this is hugely important because square roots and squareds are inverse operations of each other. And any inverse operation is going to undo, counterbalance, cancel out the other one, however you wish to say or think about that. So when we have the square root of a squared, they undo each other and we're left with just that number, so just 12. Now one important thing here is that the square root of 144, we're trying to find the number that is multiplied to itself to make 144, and as we've already discussed, 144 is 12 squared. This also works if that number had been negative 12 as well, because 12 times 12 is 144, but negative 12 times negative 12 is 144. So one thing we need to put in front of the 12 is that it could be positive or negative 12. Could be the answer of the square root of 144. Let's try another example, and we're going to go slightly more complicated. So in purple, we're going to do the square root of 216. Now looking at my table, 216 isn't in my perfect squares. So there is no just jump straight to it and get the square root. So instead we have to divide out or factor out the largest perfect square. And after a little bit of legwork, we can find out that the square root of 216 is the same thing as the square root of 36 times the square root of 6. And from here we just treat the square root of 36 just like our last problem, the square root of 144. So the square root of 36 is the same as the square root of 6 squared times the square root of 6. And when we simplify this, the radical, the square root in this case, and the squared are opposites. They cancel out, they undo each other, counterbalance, however you want to think about that again. So we have plus or minus 6 times the square root of 6. And notice that the square root of 6 never changed here on the right hand side of that expression because we can't simplify that. So we just take and deal with, we factor out the largest perfect square so that we can simplify that, but the rest can't be simplified. And that's about it for there.